Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good, and I thought I'd come to you with my initial impressions of Marvel Strike Force. I've been playing about a week and a half now. We're going to be playing for quite a while longer, but I thought it'd be fun to get some initial impressions out there, good, bad, indifferent, ugly, observations of the game in general. And you see one of them right now here in front of you is right here, this little bar right here. This game is a slow loading game. And at times when you're playing the game, it lags while loading different screens or claiming different rewards or going from one battle to the next. Again, I'm not here just to list complaints. I don't like starting off like this, but it's kind of an obvious thing, and that's why I brought this up first. I've played it on BlueStacks, which you're looking at right now. I've played it on my iPad. I got it on my phone, which is one of the positives. I can play it cross-platform. I can't do that with Galaxy Heroes, so I can play it on Apple and Android at the same time on the same account. So I do like that. But boy, this thing it's slow loading, and there are certainly a lot of times it lags out. And we had some folks on stream the other day tell me, hey, change it maybe from 60 FPS to 30 FPS, which I did in game. It made the combat a little better, I guess, but man, the game still, there are times when it just takes forever to load stuff, and you're watching one of them right now. Now, again, one of the positives is I can have it on different devices. I can't do that with Galaxy Heroes, and a lot of other games don't allow you to have a game on Samsung, or a game on Android, a game on Apple, and be able to get into the same account one way or the other. One thing I have noticed when I jump from my Apple to my Android, it'll pull up to see. This is from this morning. This streak right here, I've already done this, and I've already done these. These have already been claimed. So this is another negative, I guess. It seems like if I log into different devices throughout the day, I have to go and reclaim all those beginning. And, you know, again, that's not a huge thing, but it's a little annoying. There's a lot of news in this game, and it's hard to keep up with and hard to really understand what's going on. I am starting to get familiar a week and a half into it, to the menus, you know, going here for different challenges and campaigns, the Blitz menu and everything else. So, you do get used to the menus as you go along. The daily objectives are there, of course, and we are grabbing strike pass. So I'm getting used to these strike passes as well. The volume is another thing that I'm having to adjust to in the game. So this is a streamer problem, I think. When you go to volume, you can't like turn it up, and there's no slider for volume. Where are we here? It's either off or on. And I've noticed that some things are really loud in game and tough to get for as a streamer. So anyway, what are some things I like on the game? Again, I'm not trying to start negative. I'm having fun playing. I will tell you guys, a week and a half in, I'm having a good time playing Marvel Strike Force. I don't want you to get the impression that I'm fed up with the game. I don't get into that stuff. I'm either enjoying it or I'm not, and I'm enjoying the game. I collected comics my greater portion of my teenage years, or maybe more, the entire portion of my teenage years. I'm having fun playing the game. One of the things I really like about the game is the depth of the roster. I just like the fact that I can get all these different characters. I can get my X-Men, my Web Slingers, my Spider-Man, my Out of Time roster, my Cosmic roster, my Superior 6 or Sinister 6. I just like that there's a lot of characters on the roster. That actually is an important thing and really a big deal. Now, one interesting thing to me about the farming is it's very, very different from Galaxy Heroes or really any other game I've played that I can recall. The farming in this game is almost entirely RNG based. Now, there are characters you can farm on certain nodes, and we were looking at that a second ago, but you get a lot of these characters are only available in these orbs. And I'm going to say these orbs, we're only going to open orbs on my weekly updates, so I'm not going to open them right now. But when you look at this, when you get Hero Journey, you can make things, so there's, okay, that's other rewards, random shards. So this shows you the shards I can get. I'm either going to get Medusa here, Medusa, or Hercules, or we're going to get Peggy Carter as the shards, and then a common shard drop, well, one of those three maybe. And then we're going to also have a chance at these as well, Nimrod, and I don't know who this is, Omega Sentinel. So I like the breadth of characters. I love that Nimrod's in the game, actually. Nimrod was late 80s, early 90s, John Romita Jr. I remember Nimrod in the comic books. So I'm a big fan of all the characters that are in the game. And that's a very attractive thing to me to have those available. But It's a little weird to me that so much of the farming, let's go back to my character roster here. So much, there was a little lag right there. I clicked on it and it just took a sec. It just a little bit of a tweak before it loaded. Like, I can farm Falcon. I can click find. There it is. And I can go over here to this, and I farmed him today already. You know, I already did this. This is 60 energy. Same thing for Cable. I can farm Cable. I don't know. I can't really farm Nightcrawler, and I don't know if it's yet or ever. Let's take a look here. Time heist. Let's see. That's a bundle. That's a purchasing a pack to get him. So I'm not purchasing packs. We're playing free to play here. It looks to me, as far as farming Nightcrawler, he's never available on a node, and you have a chance to get him in these supplies. But every single person I've talked to, period, says that you're better off, and I don't know why he's not in the, I don't have Crucible yet. So Ultra supplies, for example. Every person I've talked to says that you're better off just doing the orbs in here rather than buying specific, and I've only got 810 of these, so I can't buy them here anyway. I'd love to farm Nightcrawler, but he's so far out on me that I can't, and I have to refresh this too to get to him. So there's a lot of that in the game. And to me, when I'm used to it, Paviter is the same thing. When I find Paviter, I think he's available on a node later in the game. Let's see here. Strike Pass 2. Nope, he's the same thing. So I can get, he's a better example here. I can get him in Blitz supplies. He's always here for 975 of this currency. Well, that's out of 5,300, and I can get an orb for, where's those Blitz orbs? I'm still learning how this works. This is something I'm still learning. Does this spend Blitz currency? Doesn't look like it, does it? I don't know. This looks like this green currency. Where are the Blitz orbs? All right. So there's one drawback. I'm a week and a half in. I don't even know how this orb works yet. I'm not understanding. There's these menus have so many layers. I mean, look at all this. There's so many orbs and so many ways to get characters and so much to scroll through and so many places to click or not click and understand that I can go into supplies and I can buy characters in supply. That is a criticism of the game, is that there seem to be a million ways to unlock characters, and it's not really super clear the paths that I have to go down to unlock these characters. And that's a problem. That's a real problem. And what I'm also used to, that kind of ties into that as well, is I'm used to going to my journeys. So I go to my legendary journeys here. Let's take Invisible Woman, because she's something I'm going to try to get based on advice I got from Boylan. Well, Invisible Woman is available with 5 Sinister 6 or Mercenary characters. Well, I'm used to a game where I can go and look at my Sinister 6 or Mercenary. I can just farm them and get them up and running. And this game doesn't quite do that. You're going to be grabbing a bunch of orbs with a bunch of RNG for the character shards you unlock, and eventually you'll be ready. And when I talk to people about farming those journeys, they're like, just get the orbs, farm the characters you want, and eventually you'll unlock the journeys. That's really hard for me to compute, because I am used to these legendary journeys being like a goal to attain. Like, I can specifically work on getting Magneto by farming certain places in the game to get there, as opposed to just opening up an orb that randomly gives me characters and eventually I'm ready to farm it. So it's definitely an adjustment for me. I'm not saying it's bad or good yet, but that's a pretty significant adjustment for me. So other things I like in the game. I like the graphics. I'm going to go over here to Blitz. Actually, I got some energy to spend, don't I? I've got energy to spend, and I've got nodes to open. So let's go do that. Let's go do that. I got some Cosmic Conflict here to do. So one thing I really like the graphics of the game. I like these background graphics. I like the gear graphics. I think these are fun little, I'm not a story guy generally, so I'm just skipping that. I like the battle graphics. If we load up this team, I think I've got better characters in this right now. Yeah, I got better cosmic character. There we go. Put Rocket Raccoon in there with what's his name? Groot. I am Groot. So now, and again, this loading, Marvel Strike load, it does take some time to load. Might be a little faster directly on my device than BlueStacks, but this is a long load for one thing. So regardless, I do like the graphics of these battles. I like the graphics of the battles for sure. I like the colorful characters. It really, to me, I know that some of these characters have been in movies, so you might look at it and say, I want it to be more earthy, you know, more realistic, but I like the fact that they look like comic book characters in the game. I think that's great, and I love the colors, I love the graphics, and I've even got it unlocked. Like, you can turn these 2 times dynamic, and you can turn those cameras on, and yeah, there. So you can even get better graphics. If we slow it down a little bit, you can really see the graphics. There's a lot more going on if you open up those cameras, and really, so there's options to really even get even more detail in the battles, and I don't have that in Galaxy of Heroes. That's not available to me. Now, is that like a super duper important thing for me when I'm playing a mobile game? Honestly, no, it's not. Graphics are important, but it's not the most important thing to me. But it does add some fun and adds a layer of it adds some layer. It adds depth to the game that I really enjoy, and I'm glad it's there. We can go and turn that off so we can get these. If you leave it on all the time, you're gonna be here for a while. So one thing I have seen is some of these battles take forever. When you're on raid and stuff, it takes forever to get those. So I like the graphics. I like the web store. Where's that web store link? I've got that up here. Let's jump over to a different screen here. I do like the web store. So I've been able to do some farming here. You get these milestones in game. You also have milestones on the web store, and I like going to grab these. I like that you can go get free stuff in the store. I've claimed all my free stuff today, so it's already come across to me. I like it. I really like the web store. I think there's a lot in here. I will say that. Oh, there's more free stuff. I didn't notice this. There's a lot in here. It's easy to miss some of the stuff that you're getting for free in the middle of all of the cash offers that are out there. So there is, I'm just going to say that for the game. There is a lot going on with this game. I mean, look at all these offers. I'm still scrolling through offers. I've never seen offers like this in a game that go on for this depth and this much stuff. There's a lot of offers to try to get you to farm up your roster, and it really does seem to be more of a fill up your roster type of game than a targeted farming kind of game. So there's a lot going on, but I do like the web store, and I think it's a positive thing for sure. I really do like the web store. They got a victory in that battle. Cross-platform. Oh, I like this. I like the fact that Eric W just mentioned going into the web store here. Well, while I wait for it to load, I like the fact that if you want to, and it's optional, that I can go into the Blitz. I can go into Blitz, and I could do this. I could do this all day long if I wanted. Let's change our team here. Put onto our lowest level team that we got right now. We're gonna get ready on that, and we're just gonna battle. I like the idea that I can go into Blitz and I can play it as little, or I could just do it 2 times a day, and that gets me my daily milestone. Or I can do it 100 times a day if I want. Now, you do there is a diminishing return on that. The more blitz you do, the harder the teams get. So there's but if you want to sit there and grind all day, and you even if you go through your blitz energy, you can just check in once every hour, and your blitz energy, you don't need energy. Once an hour, you don't need energy to play blitz. I like that you can do blitz multiple times during a day, as much as you want or don't want, based on your teams and your time availability. I've played games where there are like clan wars or guild wars, and if everybody's not available during the guild war, you lose automatically. I don't like that. I like the flexibility of Blitz in the game. I think it's a really good feature, and I like that you can go hard on Blitz, or you can kind of take it easy. I think that's a really good, optional grind that's available to you, Blitz. So I do like that. I also like that, I like that the game feels very familiar to me. It's very similar to Galaxy Heroes. It's very similar to a lot of other, if you played Raid Shadow Legends, you played Galaxy Heroes, there's Star Trek games out there, there's an old DC game. A lot of these games are very similar. I like that it feels familiar. I have an idea of how the mechanics work. I have an idea of how the farming works, the upgrading, the gear upgrading. It all feels familiar to me, and that's a good thing to me as well. I like the fact that each and every ability upgrade that you do, and I'll show you that in a minute, has substance and value. That's better than Galaxy Heroes. I like that you can go in and do a lot of autoing in the game. You know, like this, I'm just autoing this blitz battle. I like that. I don't want to have to go in and manage every single battle I do in a game. To me, that's onerous and takes up a lot of time. I do like a lot of the rewards you claim. There are rewards everywhere in this game, which is a little bit of a drawback, again, because there's so many rewards coming at you all the time. It's really tough to know what those rewards are and what those rewards represent. Like, I'm going to claim all these, and I get that. I could have even hit a milestone while I'm doing that. There's milestones here, so I got to scroll through to see that. There's a legend is born for Patriot here, so I claimed 10 shards of Patriot. That might have been just an automatic one. I had another one too, right? I thought I had another milestone. I thought it said 2. I guess not. Maybe it was just those. That's weird. 1 milestone. Oh, maybe something completed. Okay, there we go. That milestone ended. I get some stuff out of that. So there's a lot of different rewards. It's challenging, and I think it's going to take a good amount of time for me to really understand. There's not more in my inbox. Rewards, yes. That's from the free stuff I grabbed on the web store that you watch. So there's a lot of different ways that rewards come into you in this game, and it does have a level of confusion to it. Let's take a look at those. What was I talking about? The ability upgrades. Who can I do an ability upgrade on? We'll go to Doc Ock here. So I've got Doc Ock available. I can upgrade his. Let's go to Superior Villain. So you can see these levels here. Plus 30 damage, plus 30 damage, plus 40 damage, plus 40%. Sorry, 30%, 40%. In Galaxy Heroes, these are like 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 15. I like the fact that these ability upgrades are super meaningful. I think that's really cool. And I've noticed that really when the power of my characters increases, a lot of it comes from those ability upgrades. Obviously, that's early in the game, because the later you get in the game, the more you're going to have all the abilities upgraded to their max. But I like that the ability upgrades really matter in the game. I'm finding a lot of characters I don't know about, and I think that's really cool, too. This top row, Pavadier, I met him in the Spider-Verse movies, so I knew him from there. Doc Ock, Hella Craven, Spider Slayer, somebody I'd never seen before. That's new. I like finding new characters that are actual characters. Like, he was actually in classic John Romita Spider-Man. I like finding him in the game. Mighty Thor, you know, that's when they made Thor a girl, which is another whole conversation. But they, you know, Loki, Black Widow. Let's see here. I know all these. Taskmaster, I don't really know, but I need him to get him. I need to get a 5-person. What is it? Mercenary team, so I can start getting my credits unlocked. Sentinel, I know all these guys. Yeah, Penny Parker, I don't know her. I like the fact that I know probably 80 to 90% of these characters, and I recognize them, and the other ones are new to me. I think that's a good thing and a lot of fun. I like working toward journeys. I mentioned that. I do like working toward journeys. I just don't like the fact that it's difficult to specifically work toward journeys, and that everybody says just take it as it comes and don't like try to go out there and specifically farm toward it. I struggle with that a little bit. I struggle with it. I like those milestones. I like orb farm. Yeah, I do like, I will say this. While I'm not a huge fan of the RNG character farming, opening the orbs is a lot of fun. Let's do one of them here. I think it is fun. I'll do this one. No, that'll be good for the video later. Let's do this one. Premium orb. I think it's fun to open up 10 of these and get a bunch of shards of characters and find somebody new. Vol. I don't know who Vol is. It's nice to see him. We got Sabretooth. We got Power Man here. We got He's not Power. What? Luke Cage. Yeah, whatever. Same thing. You guys get it. So it's cool to open these up, and I really do think this is a fun part of the game. And but it is something that I am adjusting to. I'm just not really used to that. But I think it is fun and cool to have that happen. It's just gotta get I like to plan things, so if I can't plan it, I struggle with it. Some other things that I really gotta get used to, or that I'm not a big fan of. Let's see here. I already covered laggy, RNG farming, been told. I'd like to sim the raids a little bit. These raid battles can get really involved, and there was lagging again, by the way. I've been told by a lot of people, and we're not doing a raid right now. Yeah, we're not doing a raid right now. So there's a lot of raid battles to do every day. It's like 12 battles a day. And if I'm doing like 15 to 20 blitzes a day and 12 raid battles a day, and I'm still unlocking nodes, like you saw him unlocking nodes, and that, you know, here's more rewards that you'd miss if you're not paying attention, which I did miss because I wasn't paying attention. It's a lot. It's a lot. And some of these raid battles I've noticed, they'll take a long time. So, and that's everybody's telling me to farm for the raids, but it'd be nice to be able to maybe do some simming somewhere in here a little more, maybe a little more simming in the game. We'll see as I go along if I continue to agree with that. The code redemption feels very disorganized and haphazard. I like the fact that they have codes that you can redeem in the game. I've been doing it online. Pull that web store up again. I've just been doing it here. I don't know of any codes right now. There we go, player gift. I don't think there's any codes. I don't like the fact that to find those codes, I gotta go to the Marvel Strike Force Discord. I gotta go to the codes room. Right. I like the idea that I can put a code in here on the web and I can get rewards out of it. What I don't like is that it just seems like you gotta dig to get the codes. Like you gotta go look around and you gotta find the right place, and you can be in the Discord and you gotta scroll up and scroll down, and people are putting fake codes in here and trolling everybody. That just seems a little bit much to me, but whatever. So that's kind of it. These are my first impressions of the game. I'm having fun playing the game. I'm looking forward to continuing to have fun playing the game, and I'm going to keep playing this at least to level 105, and we'll kind of see where we go from there. We're going to see how long it takes to get to 105 now in the game, free to play. That's our goals. Those are my initial impressions of the game. Let me know what you think, if I'm missing something, if I'm misunderstanding something. I'd love to hear from you guys. I will talk to you very soon. Of course, have a great day, and of course, always remember, Nooch too good